Hello, my awesome project managers. I know you are in the middle of listening to Shri and her lessons. Well, the lessons she took with me in preparing for the exam. But things like this happen, and I just wanted you to share in on this experience. So I've got on the phone, I just got a phone call as I was sitting here getting ready to go live to talk to you guys about what PMI is doing. They're changing the content outline, but I have AZETA. AZETA, can you say hi?
Hello.
AZETA is a PMP boss. She just got certified right this hour. Can you see the great news I get every now and again? So, AZETA, how does it feel to be a PMP?
Oh my goodness, I'm so such a relief. Yeah, I just finished literally a few minutes ago, and Phil was the first person I called. Hey Phil, I just passed.
And you know me, I put people on blast, so I put on blast. Now here's the truth. Inside the story, I did not know that she was taking the exam today. So here I was sending an email, and the email I sent, what was in the email I sent to you, Azeta?
The email said, "Hey, that I hope all is well. Congrats in advance."
There you go. I said congrats in advance. That is how serious it gets. I knew she was going to pass the exam. So I didn't say I wish you all the best. I said congrats in advance. You need to know the history. Azeta you did 3 sessions one-on-one, and you did 2 sessions group coaching, right, Azeta?
Yeah, 3
Three one-on-one.
The last question was that last night or 2 nights ago?
2 nights ago, yeah. So you did 3 sessions over the past number of weeks, and 2 sessions this week. And we've been on the journey together. That is why I'm so excited. You see, as a coach and a trainer, when a student passes the exam, I get mad excited, especially when I didn't even know that they were going to pull the trigger. So Azeta, can you just tell us, what was your overall result at a high level across the domains?
Well, surprisingly, I did good on planning with above target, executing was above target, and monitoring and controlling above target. Initiating was on target, and closing was on target. So it was overall a good one.
3 ATs, my friends. I mean, you're hearing what she's telling you. She's telling it to you like it's like going for a walk down the road. No, it's not. That's a tough feat. But you're going to hear more from Azeta. Azeta, can you give the good people on the call, because they were listening to Shri before I just dunked her straight into the live stream. But can you give them like any one piece of advice, because we really want these folks to succeed. I know you want them to succeed as well. So any 2 cents you can give to them to help them understand that they can do it and to know what to look out for.
Well, I'm still excited, so I might come across rambling. But any questions you might have playing on the back of your head and you want to ask it, please ask it. I can't tell you, I can't tell you how many questions I saw there, and I was like, I meant to clarify this with Phil. But I had to go with my guess. So if you have any questions or any area of challenge, while you have Phil on the call, ask before you go into your exam. You might be surprised that those are the same issues you might encounter during the test. I was surprised. I saw so many things that I wanted to clarify, but didn't clarify.
Isn't that crazy?
Phil was there with me. Email, phone calls, and I couldn't do it when I was in the test. So
oh dear, you can't do it once you get to the test. It's like the Eagles, like Hotel California. Once you get in, you check in, but you can't leave. You got to finish the exam before you leave. So Azeta, I'm not going to put you on the spot any further. I think I've gotten even because you didn't tell me you were going to take the exam, so I've gotten payback by putting you on blast. But thank you very much for sharing this. I've shared the information in the group on Facebook. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to having some wholesome conversation about how our friends on the call can buckle down so that they can do exactly what you did. And I did tell them you actually signed up not only for coaching, but you actually registered for PMP exam prep camp. You took all the quizzes. You took those hopeless mock exams. My goodness. How many mocks did you take again?
I took 4 mock exams. I took all full mock exams and the mini mock. I took all the quizzes for Vision 2020, all the quizzes for the challenge knowledge area. Pretty much everything that came with the LMS, I took them.
Wow. Wow. So I bring AZETA on just to encourage you and let you know all this stuff. But AZETA, I'm gonna let you get back to your celebration. Do something great for yourself. You owe it to yourself to spoil yourself. Oh, and AZETA works for one of my favorite companies that I talk about on this channel all the time. So this is like one of the first students that I've had from Tim's company. So it's really a huge pleasure, and I'm looking forward to speaking to you again very soon, AZETA, about how you did it.
Thank you so much, Phil.
Okay, I'm going to get back to our great viewers, and they're going to be hearing more of you in the weeks ahead. Thanks, AZETA.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, my friends. Well, there you go. You heard it. This is what happens. Here I was minding my own business, just doing my stuff. And then I get a phone call ringing. I literally had started a live stream because I wanted to talk to you guys about this. What should I call it? Let me be nice. I'm going to be nice. Let me take a sip of my crazy juice. 1 second. Okay. I'm calm. I'm not going to say anything bad about the PMI or the PMBOK guide. But I was about to. I needed to have that drink. Okay. Now, here's the deal. A lot of you have been sending in questions asking about the PMP exam content outline. You've heard the news that in June, the content outline is changing. I'm not sure how many minutes you've got to talk about this, but I would like to address it before it gets unmanageable. You see, poor people who don't know anything about how the PMI operate are already getting ready to abandon ship. If the exam changes, I'm doomed. I shouldn't even do it. And no. Seriously. The content outline is not changing and reflecting on the exam immediately. It is changing, and the fan is going to keep spinning for a bit. You see? So there's no need to get all crazy doing things that you shouldn't by canceling your application and getting all frustrated. No. Don't do that. But before AZETA called me, I had set up this live stream, a second live stream, because I wanted to talk about the PMP exam content outline. Okay? So to really clarify what you guys need to be thinking about, I'm going to share the content outline with you right now and just run through a few facts so that you stop worrying about the content outline. Okay? Do you have time to stick around so we do that? Let's do that right now. All right. So if you go to pmi.org, your favorite website, you go to your favorite website and you go to certification and PMP, important PMP updates. No current updates available. Now, this is because when the content outline, this right here, changes, the exam will not be changing immediately. Okay? So don't get all nervous and fretful that, oh, the content outline is going to change and then I'm going to be doomed, you know, and then I have to start studying all over again. No. Look, folks, here's the summary. Here is the summary. This book right here, your favorite book called the PMBOK Guide, right? This book right here is what the exam is based on, period. The exam is based on the PMBOK Guide. All right? There are people who got certified in the 90s. They ain't taking another PMP exam. They took one PMP exam, they are PMPs, and they still know their stuff. So don't get all bent out of shape thinking that because the exam content outline is going to change, that you're doomed. No, you're not. Let me show you this right here, okay? This content outline that I'm showing you has been around for a while, 2015. Now, think about it. The PMP exam is based on the 6th edition, right? What is the term for engaging your stakeholders? What is the term for engaging your stakeholders on the project? Or what is the process? See what I'm saying? The process is called manage stakeholder engagement, right? But you do not find this term in the content outline, as I'm about to show you. Let me show you all of the places. Let's count the ways we can pinpoint how this is so not a big, humongous deal. If you take a look at task 13 here, you see it says develop the stakeholder management plan. That ain't what it's called anymore. You see that? Stakeholder management planning. That's not what it's called. It's stakeholder engagement plan. You see what I'm showing you? They are still referring to stakeholder management plan. I'm showing you this because this is to underscore how the most important things are baseline. They're boilerplate. The most important things are a baseline. Those aren't going to change. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Your WBS. Does it change when the PMBOK guide changes? Does it change when the outline changes? No. Control accounts are control accounts. Work packages are work packages. What about schedules? Are leads and lags something else when the PMBOK guide? No. Which is why, if you take a look in my library here, I have all sorts of fun bits and pieces from years gone by. I've got the old PMBOK guides. Why do I keep the old PMBOK guides? Someone says, because a lot of the information, I'm going to show you a couple of them. A lot of the information here, my friends, does not expire. The PMBOK guide does not go, it doesn't go bad per se when it comes to work breakdown structures. You know what I'm saying? I really want to underscore this because while it's important to read the relevant PMBOK guide, when you are PMP, there are things that you may want to refer to that are no longer in the current edition. For example, yesterday, 2 days ago, a student of ours, Maribel, she asked me, what is the difference between precision and accuracy? Fantastic job of explaining. Subpar job of explaining. You see what I'm saying? What I'm trying to tell you is, while the PMBOK guide changes are welcome and they're very important, and I don't recommend reading an old PMBOK guide, but when you get certified, you are certified for life. For that reason, these things in the content outline, when they change, you don't need to kill yourself over this, saying, oh, the content outline's changed, so I'm doomed. You're not doomed. Seriously, those PMPs who got certified on the 5th edition can still hold it. A lot of them can still bring it. Because project management is not based on a set of processes only. It is based on how those philosophies are ingrained in you. Scheduling is what it is. I don't care whether we call it time management, schedule management. It's the same set of things you do. Microsoft Project didn't change when PMI stopped calling it time management, did it? Primavera didn't change. Smartsheets didn't change. What am I trying to tell you? You do not need to get bent out of shape about content outline changing in June. Okay? There are obviously things to change. As I showed you, they're still referring to stakeholder management plan. That's wrong. It should say stakeholder engagement plan. Also, things like control communications, those were the process terms based on this. So this content outline that you're using for the current exam, did you know that it was based on the 5th edition? All the jargon here is based on the 5th edition. So that should tell you that, if I do my part and read this, I'll be all right. And you will be all right. Just focus on the 6th edition, okay? And stay the course, and you're going to be fine. I hope that answers the questions that have been coming in, you know. Some people are concerned that, well, if the content outline changes, then that means I'm going to have to study again from scratch. So let me postpone my exam. No. Like I said, the exam is not changing right now. In fact, I'm going to go into my archives and get that date or that time frame for you. It's unfortunate because I would rather not have shared this information with anyone until I was totally ready to give them the breakdown of when things would change. So let me read this for you, okay? This is from my friends at the PMI, straight from the horse's mouth. This is not third-party information. This is what they send to people who are very important, like me. All right. PMP exam will change in 2019. I'm joking. You probably got this, but for those who didn't, the PMP exam will change in 2019. As part of our strategic plan, we will introduce an updated project management professional exam when, watch this, in December. Did I hear you hyperventilating? To be sure you have the latest information, visit this link. And I'm clicking on the link and I'm going to give you guys the link. For those of you guys that do not have the link, do me a favor and go to tinyurl.com/PMP update 2019. That is PMP Update 2019. So if I go to that link here for you on this machine, tinyurl.com/PMP Update 2019. So if we go there, you guys can see the information that a lot of people are scrambling all over the place for. So let's read it together. We know the profession of project management is evolving, just like we are as an association. With that in mind, the project management professional exam will be updated in December to ensure it reflects up-to-date practices and equips project managers with the knowledge and skills they need to succeed in today's modern project environments. Leading up to this change, you'll find news and information here to help you address the needs of your students as they earn PMP status. So this is for people like me that train students. And then it goes into why this happens. Every 3 to 5 years, research is conducted, so on and so forth. Last round of this research was conducted in 2015 and resulted in, voila, the document that I just looked at with you. Subject matter experts from leading organizations around the world are working with us to define the PMP of the future. As this effort advances, we'll keep you informed, key outcomes, and help you prepare for the upcoming changes. To stay in the know as specifics become available, bookmark this page and check back. We'll ensure you have the latest information to share with your students. So this is a page for people like me, but you get the pleasure of knowing that it exists. So the important dates: June, there'll be a new content outline. 15th of December, last day to take the current version of the PMP exam. If you don't take the exam by the 15th, you'll take the new exam. But like I told you, it is not a big deal. PMPs who got certified in the 90s are still PMPs, dropping gold, adding value, holding down the fort, making billions of Benjamins for their organizations. So don't get all rattled and bent out of shape about new versions of the exam. Quick story, and then I'll let you guys get back to listening to your friends Shri and Phil. But round about the time the 4th edition was changing to this book, the 5th edition, a student of mine was trying to round up the journey. And he kind of wasted some time, and before you knew it, boom, smack dab in line with the 5th edition exam. He was meant to have taken the 4th edition exam, but he was faced with having to take the 5th. Watch this. He did not so much as pick up the 5th edition book. He didn't pick up the book. Went into the exam and ripped it into shreds. PMP boss. Without touching the latest edition. Now, I'm not saying try this at home, but I want you to observe how many commonalities there are, how many pieces of commonalities there are between previous editions. I dare say, go to the 2nd edition. You'll find some commonalities. Okay? Now, I'm not saying try this at home, but I'm trying to calm your mind to let you know once you have studied the 6th edition, that is what is required. So think about it. Integration, scope, schedule, cost, they've pretty much had the same theme, right? Schedule was changed. It was time before, but the processes are the same. Define activities has been the same for a while. Create WBS has been pretty much the same in terms of what you're doing. Now, there's been some new stuff, I know, but that new stuff is in the 6th edition, and the 6th edition isn't changing. So when you hear about these content outline changes, what the PMI is trying to tell you is that they are more precise on certain topics, but that does not mean that everything you've been studying needs to be disposed of. Okay? I hope that helps you. If not, if you've still got questions, if I didn't answer your questions on this, why don't you just put it in the comments below? And I'll be sure to answer them. And I'll say only good things about the PMI, because they're my friends. And your friends too. Although before I got certified, let me put it this way. Before I saw my exam, I don't think I was saying good things about the PMI. I had to repent when I realized I might fail the exam because I had negative thoughts about the PMI in the exam. I'm like, what kind of ridiculous questions are these? Are these guys out of their minds? How could they do this to me? So I had to repent on the spot, and I promised I would help anyone in the world pass the exam. And that's why I do what I do today. That's why I'm such a junkie. Well, my friends, that's all I had. I hope you noted the page, and I hope what I've been saying for the past number of minutes makes sense to you. I hope it calms you down. Now, with that said, you still should go read up this content outline, because if your exam is anywhere between now and December 15th, this is the content outline you need to be studying. Okay? So I really want you to take note of how the exam is broken out. The exam is broken out heavily with executing attention. And you heard from AZETA before she hopped off, above target in planning, above target in executing, above target in monitoring and controlling. That is just out of this world, because these, as you can see, they're the worst of the worst. That is 56 plus 24, 70%. 70% of her exam, she got above targets. Targets in the other two, no wonder she cleaned it clean. Cleaned it clean. All right, let's go into our different domains. I want to give you guys a few pointers to what you need to be thinking about as you head into your exam, okay? So it's still based on this content outline, okay? Don't be saying, Phil, but the content outline is going to change in June. Forget that, because your exam, if it is been held between now and the 15th, is going to be on this, all right? So those of you who have not been to my PMP exam failure stamp out page, you need to do this, because I talk about all of this stuff in great detail. It's called PMP exam failure stamp out. And I'm going to give you a link, a hot link to it again. So if you want to take this down, please do. So let's see. I think it is tinyurl.com. Let me make sure. Okay, we're going to go to tinyurl.com/PMP failure stamp. Oh, hang on. PMP failure stamp out. Okay, good. And while I put this together for you, those of you who hit me up and said, Phil, we would love to come for training next week, but we can't do the late hours. I totally understand. I totally understand how you cannot do 10:30 p.m. So don't worry. We've got another course that is going to be advertised. And for those of you who feel you just can't do it like that, don't worry. We'll kind of make some adjustments for you. So those students who can only do weekends predominantly, or 1 hour during the week and weekends, if you're one of those students, just drop me a comment and let me know if you're one of those. And then when we have the next course rolled out, actually we've got a course that's going to be starting on the 18th of May. So if you want to be part of those students starting on the 18th of May and you want the crazy early bird, you need to drop me a comment. Okay, drop me a comment and let me know, and I'll let you know about that information. Okay, but here we go. This is the failure stamp out page. On this page, I break down the PMP exam content outline, current one that you would use for your exam, but I break this out into a lot of detail. And the cool thing is it's free. So if you go to the link that I just read out, you can see task 1. I tell you the actual processes that are linked to the task. How cool is that? So a lot of folks haven't been studying the content outline, but you really should be doing that. You should be studying the content outline. You know, this is an important part of your journey. Okay? So go to the page that I just read out. I go through every one of the domains, every single one. So that is planning, that is executing, up there is initiating. I also go over the exam result. So there's roughly 4 hours of video, plus how to recover from PMP failure shock, from fail to above target in all domains. That is quite a remarkable story. So anyway, go to that page and just look up all of this stuff that I have for you in that failure stamp out page. Let's go there one more time. All right, so go to that page and just go through all of the videos. This will help you because this stuff here looks pretty dry. This stuff here looks pretty dry. You see, it is pretty dry. So to be able to successfully comb through it in a meaningful manner, you need someone like your friend Phil who knows about this. And you know, I haven't really seen any other video or videos, set of videos like this where the content outline is dismantled. I pretty much dismantle it for you. And the reason why I put this page together was to help students who had failed the exam. You got no idea. You got no idea how many people fail this exam and look for help, you know, from your buddy Phil. And the truth is, I really do want to help everyone to pass the exam. As many who would listen, you know, you got to listen to your buddy Phil, because I know what I'm talking about. You know, so when I tell you to go to Praizion.com, sign up for training, I'm not just trying to push my own agenda. I'm trying to help you. The only way I can help you is by telling you what I have seen works for folks like AZETA. You are watching Shree's one-on-one with me. Those are the vehicles that I put together to help people, to help you to do well on the exam. You know, I know there are lots of people on social media touting around PMP exam solutions, but trust me, the solutions that I'm showing you, these will help you. These will move you from your stuck state to be unstuck. All right, so go to the Praizion website. This one right here, AZETA signed up for it. Shree signed up for it. Dustin signed up for it. Dre, you saw a little bit of Dre yesterday. Dre signed up for it. These are bosses who have killed the exam mercilessly. Mercenaries. They've taken the exam out. They've taken Pimpy out. He's quite sober today. He's got no voice. He can't even speak. Hey, Pimpy, how do you feel about what AZETA did to you just now? he can't even speak. He's lost his voice. So my friends, go to Praizion.com, okay? Check out the options we have. And then secondly, I said I wanted to give you some top of the waves advice, okay? When it comes to initiating, it's hard for you to know what the PMI would do to you without going through the tasks. Go through all the tasks, one by one. Some things that jump out at me are words like this. Stakeholder analysis. See that? Key deliverables. Those are trigger words that help you know, oh, I'm initiating. You heard what Dre shared a couple of days ago. He said it's like the PMP exam is like being dropped in the middle of a global map or a national map. Find your way home. Where do you go next? What bus do you get on? What train do you get on? What plane do you get on? What do you do next? Where do you turn? That's how the exam is. And part of the clues that you get are triggered by words like this: feasibility of new products or services. You know that is not within the confines of initiating. This is just before you hit develop project charter. You know, so understanding where you are. Take a look at this. High level risks, assumptions and constraints. To the untrained eye, you would think from that you were in risk management. But to the trained eye, you know, nope, I'm in initiating. And that's why you should go through every domain in this booklet. Look at this. Participate. You're not the authority. Participate in the development of the project charter by compiling and analyzing gathered information in order to ensure project stakeholders are in agreement. Now, when you hear project stakeholders are in agreement, it's easy to think, oh, I'm in identify stakeholder. No, you're not. No, you're not. Because you are in developing the charter and certain stakeholders are already in a stakeholder list. Have you ever seen that word in a PMBOK guide? Did you know it existed? Did you know? Let me show you where it is, because some folks get muddled up thinking I'm talking about a stakeholder register. No, I'm not. Take a look at page 81. Take a look at bullet number 8, key stakeholder list. There is stuff in this book, my friends, that a lot of people gloss over, glaze over. Things that make you go, have I really read this book? Let's jump straight into planning. So within planning, did you know that one of the plans considered is no longer called Human Resource Management Plan? Take a look at it. That's your current content outline. You see what I'm saying? So, to my earlier point, don't fret. You're going to be okay. You're going to be fine. So, it says develop Human Resource Management Plan. It's really develop Resource Management Plan. But did you know that part of your new Resource Management Plan still makes a divide between your resources that are physical and those that are human? Let's take a look. This is why I tell people you got to read the guide. You got to read the guide. You know, when you come aboard our course, we have an electronic version of this that we give you. It's called Project Management Essentials. But we never trash the PMBOK guide and say, oh, you don't need to read that. Just read our book. No, we don't tell people that. We tell people you must read the PMBOK guide. And I have some students, my naughty students, who get certified and they only read this book. They're still naughty. I don't care if they're certified. They're still naughty for not reading the PMBOK guide. And they're very fortunate they read that study guide because we map everything back to the PMBOK guide. But I wanted to show you where this divide is spoken about. All right, so follow me to chapter 9 and page 318. Let's read. It says, the resource management plan is the component of the project management plan that provides guidance on how project resources should be categorized, allocated, managed, and released. It may be divided between the team management plan. Have you ever seen that plan in your PMBOK guide? If you have, well done. Team management plan. If you haven't, mark it. If you're one of those who does not have a physical copy and you are not marking your PMBOK guide, like I'm showing you here, you are doing it wrong. You should mark your PMBOK guide. Let's zoom in for emphasis, because I know some of you are not marking your PMBOK guide. Some people think their PMBOK guides are just going to be like, you know, mint condition for. No, look at mine. Take a look at that. This shows you how much training I do. This book is so raggedy, I'm wondering if I shouldn't buy a new one, but I've marked it up so much compared to my 5th edition book, which still looks new. I'll tell you the secret. My real PMBOK guide 5th edition is actually in London at the moment because during the last training I did, I just left it there because it was so close to changing over. I left it there. My real 5th edition is raggedy, as raggedy as this or worse. But if you take a look at page 318, it says the team management plan and physical resource management plan. You see that? That is why you need to read between the lines. So I would really appreciate it if you guys went through all this stuff I'm showing you here on the screen. Yep, this stuff right here, okay? Go through all of it. All of it, okay? This isn't like kids eating their veggies and leaving a dollop of them. No, these are your veggies and you have to eat them all. You have to eat them all before your exam. Seriously, this will help you. This will. I have students that say, Phil, what should I do with the content outline? I'm reading it. It's not making sense. Go to the page that I just shared with you, failure stamp out. Go there. PMP exam failure stamp out. Watch the videos. Take note of what I'm saying here. Download my recovery plan. Some of you need that recovery plan. Some of you need to know what to do next. And when you hear what I'm telling you, do it. Don't look for shortcuts. Don't look for band-aids. that a lot of people who are not as experienced are telling you, because it's baloney at the end of the day. A lot of people say, "Oh, you don't have to read the PMBOK guide again. You don't have to do this. You don't have to listen to the advice I give you on that page." Okay? And you will do well. You will do well. All right? So, the Excel sheet that I just downloaded that I'm opening up for you, that is the last piece I'm going to talk about, and I'll let you get back to watching your friends, Phil and Cherie. But for now, this is what the Excel sheet looks like. This Excel sheet is for people who have failed the exam in the past and are looking for the way forward. So if you download this, for those of you who haven't taken the exam, you have a task or tasks for each domain. So in this example, this person has a yellow. They're right there in the middle. You know, they're not great and they're not bad. They're just right there in the middle. If you see a red, it means that person didn't do well on initiating task 1. And this is how you need to color code this sheet so that you look at the big picture of your performance. I'm talking to my PMPs to be who have failed the exam before. Create this map and target the reds first. Then target the yellows. Then target the greens. Someone says, "But Phil, how do I target them such that I'm really hitting just what I am having trouble with? How do I do this without having to cover all of integration?" You've heard me say it before. Sign up to the Praizion system. Sign up to the Praizion system and you'll be able to study a little piece at a time. What do I mean? Well, take a look at the screen and I'll show you. So when you sign up for our program on our learning management system, if you, let's say you discovered that from this report, okay, let's look at this red. There's a red in plan in task 2. Now, plan in task 2 shows us that plan scope management, we have a problem here. Plan cost management, we have a problem here. What should you do? Go to the Praizion system, go to plan scope management, open up chapter 5 folder and hit plan scope management. And there you have it. 6 minutes, just 6 minutes for you to go into this content. Study, well, there's your friend Phil. And in addition to that, it's broken down into bite-sized chunks, process by process. See that? Going through all of the details, showing you high-level maps, detailed relationships. This is the system, my friends, that you really need to be on because it breaks it into very digestible chunks. Let's go to plan cost management right there. Let's hit plan cost management. We also have the CTTCs here. There's so much good stuff that you can get from this learning management system. It is loaded to the max with what you need to succeed. You see, this one is how many minutes? This is just 3 minutes 50 seconds at worst, or 45 seconds. You see, so all this stuff I'm showing you here, you can get this from the Praizion learning management system, and that is going to help you when you are combing through this content outline, when you are going through what I have created for you, the map of the world, right, of your world, where you are. If you've taken the exam before and you are not able to make it, this is going to help you, okay? All right, my friends, it's been very nice speaking with you, and thanks to AZETA for her 2 cents speaking to us as well. I mean, I don't know how quickly you've spoken to a PMP. That has got to be one of the quickest, because she's literally standing outside of the Prometric Test Center in Texas there. So I hope you enjoy that little treat. We don't get to speak to newly minted PMP just right out of the exam hall. We typically don't get to do that. But thank you very much for joining me again. Don't forget to go download this. Don't forget to go to the PMP exam failure stamp out page. Don't forget to download this and read it. And in closing, I will also let you know we have a free PMP Foundations course. I don't know if you guys have signed up for it, but you should if you have not. That free Foundations course, let me go get the info for you. I believe it's right here on YouTube. If you check the most recent video that I posted today, you will see that link. So check today's videos. There is one titled Free 2-Hour Foundations. So the link is tinyurl.com/PMPGFCO1. PMPGFCO1. All right, let me show you what that will look like. When you go to the link, it will take you to this page. Again, it's a limited offer though, so you need to act fast. But when you get to that page, fill in your information. We've got a lot of treats for you guys who are new to the process. Maybe you're not new. Maybe you've been on the journey and there are things you need to hear about preparing for the exam. Go to the link, okay? Go to the link, sign up, and you'll be able to get access to this 2-hour course. It's totally free. Totally free. If you follow me on Facebook, we also have a free PDF with the PMP exam mainline in PDF. It's free. Go check out my Facebook page, and you'll find a link for how to sign up for that as well. It's free. So I've been giving out a lot of free stuff of late that I know will help you, but do your part. Go download that stuff and send me any questions. Okay? Thank you for joining me. I'm going to put you back in the hands of your friend. Well, the past version of your friend, Phil and Shree. All right. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll speak to you guys very soon. I'm going to leave you with your friends here shortly.